Good evening, guys. Welcome. Options Trade King. Let's take a look at futures here. All right. You guys have any questions? I got comments up and running. I do lag a little behind because I got to scroll through them, just FYI. But go through a couple things first. So, futures. Here was yesterday. Here was into today. Told you guys this morning I liked it had pulled back, saw continuation up. We did, and we pulled back, and then we went up and pulled back. It's just been kind of a bouncing game, right? So, question is, what happens tomorrow? It's really hard to tell right now, just because if we can get through this would be a solid. This white line is my daily breakout study. If we can get through that, usually it'll go up pretty good, but it acts as a resistance. So if it doesn't, I mean, we'll just have to see this as X in the morning, guys. I mean, that's the big thing, right? I'm not really too concerned about right now. It looks good. It's holding the EMAs. So what this very well could do is get up here and build up some pressure overnight and then break through in the morning. That would be ideal. That's what I'd really like to see. All right. Let's look at the SPY real quick, just see how that did. All right. So last minute of the day there, the SPY came down, right? So here's what I was talking about. Here's that daily breakout study. It acted as resistance all day. I don't like when it sits on that study. It can tend to make for big moves. So like here you can see, it opened up, it shot to the previous one. Let's see, here's one, right? So it's kind of knock on it. When it drops through a study, it usually drops to it hard. So yeah, we'll just see how this opens up tomorrow. But it's holding the 20 EMA. We're in an upward channel. Linear regression channels are looking good. RSI is looking good. I mean, we're towards the over. I mean, we're not there yet, but we're towards the oversold side. All my indicators are looking good. So I think it's going to be a potentially good rest of the week. At least a good tomorrow. We see and then we see. Let's look at MGM. MGM's looking great. Nice steady crawl up. We got up a little too high above the EMAs right here, right? I would say, guys, pulled back. Held the 9-day EMA. Got an oversold signal. It's great. Now we're crawling back up. Nice thing is we're still an upward climb, right? And RSI doesn't look too high. All my momentum indicators are showing, fairly neutral. So no reason to think it's going to turn around. Sentiment can always change, but charts look good. Sorry, I got lost there. WFC, Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo is still looking good, guys. I mean, so yeah, the linear regression channel was kind of pointing down. We're back in this upper channel though, which would mean as long as that holds, they should start to swing back upward. We consolidated down. We got 9 EMA touch, and once again, momentum indicators. Nothing to show here that won't hold. Like I said, this is an exact science, but everything else looks good. We did get an oversold indicator back here, and we haven't had much movement up, so I like that also. Is my screen paused? Oh, gosh, damn it. Hang on here, guys. I'm going to try and reshare that. Sorry about that. 1 second. There we go. Sorry, you guys have been hearing me. Someone messaged me that my screen was paused. I appreciate that. That was the corrector, actually. Yeah, SPY. Yeah, tons of great news on SPY. I agree. SPY looks good for tomorrow. WFC. So you guys heard me talking about it. MGM looks good. Okay. Next one here. Wells Fargo still looks good. Like I said, as long as it's on this upper channel, we'll start seeing this rotate upward. We're holding the 90 MA. We just got a little too extended too fast here. Having a nice consolidation sideways. Not too much of a pullback, which is nice. Just sideways consolidation, waiting for the EMAs to catch up. Okay. You can see here, like, here's one time it got fairly extended. That was due to earnings. Then it pulled way back. So now we're on our nice continuation upward again. Oversold signal's good. So we'll watch that. We can zoom out a little bit too, since that is a leap. We can go to an hour chart and just see how the hour chart's looking. Our chart looks pretty good. Upward channel. We had a couple overbought signals on that climb, but RSI has come back down. MACD still looks good. So 20 is a little high, but once again, nothing to really show that this isn't going to hold the 90 MA on the long-term chart. So I think it looks good on the hour chart, which would be a good chart to use for our leap, even if we go to the 4-hour chart. Right. And sometimes, guys, that's important. Look at how charts are looking in, higher time frames. That'll give you an idea of what like a leap will do. We can look at those lower time frames to get an idea of kind of what it's doing right now, but the bigger ones, just because it has a pullback on the day or on the 15-minute chart means nothing in the long term. So we just use that as an indicator of price action for short term. ZOM. Let's go to the hour chart for ZOM. Yeah, our chart's still looking good. I mean, we are coming down a little bit here in the lower channel, but we're on the my Heikin-Ashi smooth overlay, which is the trend line. Consolidating here. Once again, nothing to show that won't hold, especially the 90 MA or this lower channel. Go to the 15-minute chart, just get an idea what it's doing right now. Yeah, you know what? This is getting towards the oversold side where it's at. So that's good news. Like that. SOM's looking good. I don't know when we're going to do a meet and greet. We've been talking about that for a while, probably this spring or summer or something. Yeah. Corrector, good to see you, man. This is the real one, guys. That's the real corrector. FCX. FCX. Damn it. All right. Freeport. Nothing looking bad with this. A couple oversold signals. Getting back into the upper channel linear regression line. I like that. Like I said, as long as it stays up here between these, it'll start to rotate upwards, which shows us a bullish movement. In the short term, I'm showing a couple bullish lines. I know I've changed my charts around, guys, but this is looking good. So I like FCX right now. This green line means it's bullish in the short term. This blue line means it's bullish, like a time frame above it also. So this is looking good. Neo. Man, guys, I don't know. I posted today about Neo. What garbage. When I played this for earnings, I was concerned that this would just continue to play like garbage. So that's why I posted that April call for an earnings play, which is terrible for earnings play, right? But it had a lot of time. I still got IV crushed. Implied volatility went down after earnings, and even though the stock went down, it did go down, but not enough worth cutting those options in half, and that's exactly what happened. Implied volatility went way down after ER. But guys, I'm going to tell you, we're sitting on a resistance right now. Right, we got a little bit more to go here, but honestly, I see this heading down to a $30 stock. I'm not real bullish on Tesla right now either. Tesla's looking like crap. It just can't get there. We've been having these bounces. We hit the 100 EMA 650 here not too long ago, and really this morning I said, we wanted to get back above. We need to get back above this 720 in the short term. 740, 750 to get above these EMAs to show a real positive turnaround, and it's just not getting there. I mean, pretty soon this 20 is going to down across the 50, and I think that's called the death cross. That'll show bearish sentiment. This could fall back down to the $500 range, and if it hits the $500 range, I don't know where it goes next. If it hits $500, I bet it could hit back down to like $300 or $400, which is where it was pre-split. So, and if Tesla keeps falling, guys, so will NIO. So, I don't ever like to just buy stocks just because they have to come back. They don't have to do anything. So, just be careful with NIO. It's not my favorite play right now. I posted that it was garbage today. I'm thinking about probably just closing out all my NIO positions right now. I don't like it. Yeah, next stop, 525. I completely agree. 525, and guys, if you look here, I mean, there's a few other stops, I think. So, I mean, you can see each of these peaks here, right? So there's a, 650, 600, 510. There's a 550 in there. Yeah, 525 is a support, as a stop level. Yep. So, I mean, it's got some stops to go, but none of that is significant support. I mean, the higher up, the stronger, the volume and stuff, that'll indicate a little bit, but none of this is really strong until you get down to this 500 range. You can see that there was some more significant support. Oh yeah, right there, 500. Yep. So, I mean, I don't have high hopes for Tesla right now. It's just not looking good. Tesla garbage, not worth playing. No clear direction. Better plays out there. Correct. I totally agree, Dark Knight. EV is not hot right now, and I don't know why. Yeah, so, guys, I mean, both Dark Knight and the corrector are saying it. I'm saying it. I saw somebody in the room posting about NIO and looking at leaps, and I'm just like, God, NIO looks like such trash right now. I was driving when I read it, so I didn't reply, but I am saying it now. I do not like NIO right now. I don't like Tesla right now. Only reason I'm not buying Tesla puts is because I don't know about you guys, but I just cannot win on Tesla puts. Yeah. I don't play. I mean, you could play some. You might be able to, but the problem is I get doing some other stuff. I like to play longer leaps. I do play some lottos here and there. We played that SPY lotto, which, won today. The first one did. Second one I'm still waiting on. But, the problem is the big dips are what get you the money, and the big dips get bought up so fast. If you're not paying attention, you're right back to where you were. Premiums on Tesla are insane. It's just, I just don't like playing. I just don't like playing Tesla puts. Yep. So, that would be a good one for Dark Knight. I think Dark Knight, you play some spreads, don't you? That might be I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I'm staying away from EV right now. And just be careful too. Like I said, we haven't gotten a full. I don't have full confirmation that we're out of this pullback yet on the market, right? I mean, don't be wrong. I think this week is going to be good going into speculation of the Senate passing the stimulus bill. But what we really need is that stimulus money hitting into the market. And we don't have that yet. We won't have that for a little while. So that's just my personal opinion. Play safe, play careful. Like I said, the market looks good. I think we're going to get a good week here, get some good gains. At the very least, maybe get back up to these previous highs, the 393 highs. And then maybe see almost, maybe that's what we'll see. Maybe we'll see like a cup and handle pattern here, right? I mean, this is kind of zigzagged, but you'll see this loop back around. We'll get to previous highs. We'll get denied. We'll come back for support, and we'll rip with the stimulus money. I can't say that's what's going to happen for sure. Obviously, that's a little ways out, but I think March is going to be a good month. I'm very excited for March. Just this first week or two, just keep careful. I mean, they're talking about stimulus money being out as early as, a couple weeks away from now, 2-3 weeks. So it will come out in March. I think it looks good. Zoom, that was pretty crazy, wasn't it? That's a good call. Let's look at Zoom real quick. Look at Zoom. Hey, corrector, are those ones you want me to pull up, those stocks, or are you just saying those are some good ones to look at? And corrector Dart Knight, help me out here, but man, somebody messaged me today and asked if I thought they should still get into Zoom when it was showing, it was pulling back, and they're like, hey, is this a good time to get into Zoom? And I just told them, I said, look, we just broke through a lot of resistance. This was on a private message. I said, there is no reason to assume that this shouldn't. I said, I would not enter this until I get pullback confirmation for support, is what I messaged him. And he actually messaged me later today and said, thank you so much. You saved me. And guys, the reason this crashed so hard, I believe, is because there's so many EMAs right here. This is a big EMA squeeze, cause for a big move up, right? But I mean, we got the 100, the 9, the 20, the 50, all right here. So when that didn't hold, it didn't hold big, right? It like almost accelerated the price down through it. So yeah, and there is there is major resistance. Well, I mean, there's going to be some good resistance right there at 450. But anyway, and this will probably consolidate, and I could honestly see this making runs for another big run here in the future. I mean, Zoom might be one to keep an eye on. I love EMA squeezes. Yeah, I'd want to see it hold this range also. Yep, I want to see it hold. Ultimately, it could come down and get a 350, 200 EMA bounce. I love 200 EMA bounces before it comes back and retests. We'll just have to watch this, but that was a crazy fail through support. Oh, Kathy bought Zoom today. Well, that might help it. So let's slowly work back to the 450 range. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, 450 would be the next range to work back through, just because that was a previous high over here, guys, and that's correctors nailing it. That would be, first it's going to come back and retest right here at the 415 if it comes back through, and then maybe this 430 range, but then 450 would be your big one. Okay, guys. I don't have there's not a lot of you guys joining tonight, so we'll probably just cut this one short. Dark Knight, corrector. If either of you guys want to join the call in the morning, shoot me a DM. You're more than happy to join. Oh, sure, yeah. So Kathy Woods is she started here. I'll just pull it up. What is AARK. Hang on, I gotta go look it up. Somebody tell me the ticker for ARK. ARKK. There it is. Okay. So Kathy Wood started the ARK ETF, Innovative Trust, right? Or not trust, Innovative ETF. But if we go look it up real quick, just since we have time and we're sitting here BSing. Okay. So this is a great ETF for this market coming up and for last year because she invests in disruptive innovation. Okay, speculative stocks. What's nice about that is for this type of bullish market, speculative stocks go great. You'll notice that King put an ARK put when the market was pulling back. You know, and a lot of people were kind of questioning that because ARK has done so well this year. ARK's return this year is like 300 some percent. Oh yeah, here's her returns, right? But when the market pulls back, it's going to pull back hard because what's the first thing? What gets hurt the most during a market pullback? Speculative stocks. So taking that ARK put as a hedge against the market was actually very smart of King. He knows what he's doing. That was a great play. For right now, if you were in ARK, I would say, which is it's 2Ks. But for the ticker anyway. But for this market coming up, I think ARK is going to continue on. So here's here's from last year. We can just do 1 year. So here's over last year, right? It's been crawling up like crazy because innovative tech has done really well. I think innovative tech is going to continue to do well in after the 1.9 billion stimulus comes out because you'll get a lot of that money flowing into the market. We'll have a nice bull run again. So, yeah, and Corrector might be right. Shoot him a DM. He'd be more than happy to tell you guys some other ones besides ARK. But, I don't know what the price is on ARK personally. I don't have any ARK shares. Let me go back to my trading view real quick. So ARK's at $133. I'm sure you could do. I'm sure you can do options on it, but this is ARK, guys. So that's what ARK is. That's who Kathy Woods is. Okay, guys, I'm gonna leave you to it tonight. Everybody sleep well. Let's look at futures in the morning and reevaluate and see how things are going. And, then we see. So we'll talk to you guys in the AM.
Bitch, I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money. The pressure be calling. Left on my blessings. I feel like I'm falling. The 30 is back. Tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something. That's why I ain't